Hey there, Cheesemeisters, and welcome back to the Peach Pod After Dark. I'm Jeff. I have a point, an idiotic one, but a point nonetheless. And joining me on the other end of the internet, my cuz-host.
I'm Leslie, and fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
See what I did there? I didn't take it.
Thank you. Thank you so
welcome.
much. Because
You're
I have to
welcome.
write backups now.
Look, if there's one that it feels like it's just gonna be the one you have to do, I try not to steal it. It's when my imagination fails me that I didn't it didn't come to me that you might also use that line, that I sometimes step on your line. But this one, I kind of knew.
Thank you.
Yeah. This week, Cheesemeisters, we are talking about All About Eve, the 1950 What If Laura Kingman Was a Better Planner masterpiece. Written and directed by Joseph Mankiewicz, starring Bette Davis as Margot, Anne Baxter as Eve. This thing's all about her. George Sanders as Addison DeWitt, Celeste Holm as Karen, Gary Merrill as Bill, Hugh Marlowe as Lloyd Richards, and George Ratoff as Max Fabian. Honorable mention to Marilyn Monroe in like two scenes where she just kind of glows up the screen. We are watching. Oh my god, yeah, we'll have to talk about it for sure. We're watching this in conjunction with season 4, episode 29, Truth and Consequences. There are multiple spelling connections in this. I stopped at 3. Bette Davis was in an episode of Hotel. Anne Baxter also did Hotel and The Love Boat, and Celeste Holm did The Love Boat. So, look, this is the only reason other people weren't in spelling stuff from this movie is because they died. Like, this is, you know what I mean? Like, this is the exact kind of movie you would expect the actors from it to have gotten lots of work on spelling productions in the 70s and 80s, because he went back to old Hollywood and grabbed people. And, and so, yeah, of course, like, obviously this movie is going to be all spellinged up. This movie, I think this is 2 in a row that I could say is beloved. 99% critics rating, 94% on the popometer. It won 6 Oscars. Go ahead, you were going to say something.
Oh no, I agree with it. I mean,
yeah,
I love it.
Okay, I can't wait to talk about this. But first, I got to tell people what Oscars it won, because it won some of them. My lord! Best Actor in a Supporting Role for George Sanders playing Addison DeWitt, which I can see that. Best Director for Joseph Mankiewicz. Best Writer, Joseph Mankiewicz. 2 Oscars in the same year for the same movie. So, good job there, Mank. Best Costume Design, Black and White, Edith Head. Best Sound Recording, Thomas T. Moulton. And Best Picture went to producer Daryl Zanuck, who was name checked in the movie as a real. I don't know. Like they took a swipe at Zanuck in the middle of the movie.
They really did.
That was kind of funny. I can't remember exactly what it was they said, but I heard them in like one of their things where they're trashing Hollywood. Do you remember what it was? What they said?
Oh, I feel like when she's kind of being, blithe with him about needing to rush off to Hollywood and like, oh, Zanuck's calling.
Oh, it was one of those kind of deals. Yeah. It was also nominated for more stuff, FYI. Bette Davis got a nomination. So did Anne Baxter, same category. They kind of split votes on each other.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Celeste Holm for supporting. Thelma Ritter for supporting. Cinematography, Milton R. Krasner. Don't want to forget him. Best art direction, best film editing, and best music scoring, Alfred Newman. I don't think it's the same one from Mad Magazine.
Okay, how do you award... This feels like when Barbie got all these nominations and then more or less gets nothing. Like
Mm.
maybe best song. I can't remember now because I want to block it out from my memory. But like, how do you award of the actors nominated? How do you
Uh-huh.
award best supporting actor to the journalist and
Sure.
then nothing for any of the actresses?
Yeah, it's because they were nominated in the same categories, and people. I mean, it splits the vote. It's just it poor form, but that's what it does. And Baxter, by the way, no, give this award to Betty Davis, please. Like,
Yeah.
just give it to her.
Uh,
Because this movie might stink if it's not for her. Like, she's just that. It's not that the movie is bad. It's just that, like, without her holding it down and just being the beating heart of this thing, um, it's not. It doesn't work. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So, yeah, just give everything to Betty Davis. Um, all right. So you have seen this before.
Hell
So
yeah.
okay. So was it about the same thing you thought it was about the first time, or is this like a splendors in the grass situation?
It is not a come waterfall situation. No,
Okay, good.
I knew what it was about. What's really cool is I feel like how I don't know. I don't think it's my interpretation that has evolved. It's my feelings. I've always liked it. You know, it's one of
Hmm.
those like, this is a classic, and I understand why it's a classic. But there was something this time in watching it, like, I enjoyed it so much more.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. In weird ways, because like, I mean, I feel like we'll get there in the conversation, but I'm very excited to discuss it. I know you
Okay.
feel differently.
No, I don't. I do feel differently because I you're you and I'm me.
Yeah.
Like, so like this is gonna hit you in ways it doesn't hit me, but no, I liked this. I like it. I think it's long and it's a little slow. Um,
Yeah.
but I think it's really interesting. I think it's really well done. I think the ending is fucking amazing. Um, like
So chilling.
that ending made me like sit up and go, "Ooh, this movie!" I got pretty excited about it. So I want let's because my notes for this are a stream of consciousness vomit board. I mean, they are everywhere. So I
Yeah.
think I'm going to end up hitting things in whatever order we end up talking about them. So I'm interested in um, your experience of the movie. I think more than anything, and I think the things that you bring up, I have notes about. I'm certain of it. Um, so when did you first see this? Were you like a kid or were you like
No.
trying to like a young actor?
I feel like if I didn't see this in college, I saw it soon after. So yeah, we can say that that counts as young actor.
Okay.
Um,
So
yeah.
what was your takeaway at the time? Because you liked it, but you said you liked it differently now. So I want to sort of establish your first experience with it, and then we can see sort of what the today is.
My takeaway at the time, and I think sadly this is many people's takeaway or base knowledge. My takeaway was you've got to watch out for younger actors or other actors in general because they'll steal your role
Okay.
or or they'll steal work from you. Like I got more from it than that, but I would say at its core that's what I got initially and that's what I
Okay.
remembered initially.
Okay. Did you I think that's a weird takeaway for a young actor because I would think you would see yourself in the aspirant role in the Eve point of view, even though I don't think she's given a super strong point of view, um,
No.
other than just like wanting. But I I don't know that I would have expected you to be like, yeah, I'm gonna go get him. I'm gonna go steal some parts and I'm gonna Laura Kingman this shit. Um,
No. I mean, that's not just because that's like the vibe I interpreted from the movie. That's not what I like. That's never how I wanted to approach this. You
Yeah.
know, I'm not a competitive person, unfortunately. Like I certainly, fought hard for roles, but I
Hmm.
was, I mean, I told you earlier this week, I was like, I'm working background and it occurs to me. I wish I was more conniving like Eve and had like, you know, figured out a way in.
Hmm.
Because and again, we'll get to this, but I'm like, I'm gonna just jump in. Eve did nothing wrong. She's doing what you're supposed to do. Is she a little twisted in some of her ways? Absolutely. It's not okay to lie. And unless, of course, you're like lying in a safe way, but I don't know. I watched it this time and I'm thinking, I'm not sure if Eve is the villain here.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah,
this is going a place I didn't expect. So, then, okay, who is the villain then?
I'm still trying to figure that out, but I have some ideas.
Okay.
It's either Karen, the
Mm.
friend who is
Okay.
not in the theater at all, but is just like a little theater groupie,
Uh
married
huh.
into it, best friends with it.
Uh
Um,
huh.
it's either her or it's Addison Witt, DeWitt,
DeWitt. Uh huh.
DeWitt, DeWitt.
De what?
Thank you. You got
Yeah.
it. It's either her or Addison.
Okay. Um, I disagree with that.
Go on.
Um, the the enemy, the what did we say that she? What did you say she wasn't? I don't, because enemy feels like
The
that's not the right
villain.
word. The villain. Thank you. Um, no, the villain is show business.
Well, yes.
I mean, it's like the villain is the system. Like
I
that's
was You know what's sad? I was thinking that, but I thought that sounds crazy. And it's going to sound like, oh, Leslie blaming the patriarchy in theater again. Um,
no, but I mean that's what this movie is. It's um I don't like the movie doesn't think that Eve is evil or a villain. She's duplicitous, like she
yes.
lies, um, and she blackmails people, um, eventually. Although that doesn't even work. Like her blackmailing Karen falls apart when Karen comes out of the bathroom and Margot says, "I'm getting married, so fuck it." It's like she
Yeah.
shouldn't even need to blackmail her. Um, and the ending of the movie shows that the system will replace Eve too.
Yeah.
Like, so it's no, I think everyone in it is serving the master that is the system. And Margot is like fighting against it because her role in the system at this point is to get the fuck out of the way because she's 40, and she's like, not, no, don't want to do that.
But see, I feel like there's two systems that the women are having to play against and I mean the
Okay.
actresses in this specifically, because
Oh, okay.
I did not remember her monologue about like what is a woman in her career, like eventually like she has to learn how to be a woman again because she can't just be a career, or she can't just be her career. And that is so fascinating. I think that was another thing I took away from this movie and many others is about the arts. Like even if it's not explicitly stated, there was a I got the sense from a young age that you couldn't be successful and have a relationship.
Okay.
And I kind of felt that a little bit in this because even though Margot Channing, Betty Davis's role, is probably going to keep getting work, she's only taking herself out of the running because she has someone that she can link up with. But honestly, I think she would keep getting work for maybe another 5-10 years. Like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. And so I don't want to, proclaim that you can't like have both things. I think I
I
want to
think
believe you can, and
I think
you just.
Margot does. I think she has both things for the whole movie. She has a relationship that's healthy and supportive the whole time. They're just not married.
But the way
Like
she talks later on about like giving it all up for, maybe not giving it all up, but like putting it aside for, give
for
Cora
security
to,
purposes. Yeah.
yeah, give Cora to Eve. I don't need it. I have him. Uh,
I think that I don't think she believes that. I don't think she means that.
okay.
I do think she means quit casting me as a 25-year-old. I'm fucking 40. Like,
Yeah,
but I think she sees the reality, which is like there aren't a lot of roles written about 40-year-old women, especially not in 1950.
no.
So the roles she's going to have offered to her are going to get smaller and smaller, especially because she's been fighting with Lloyd the whole movie to write a 40-year-old, and he's like, I don't even know what that means. I got to keep on writing 22-year-olds. That's all I got.
Yeah,
It'd be nice if Lloyd had an imagination or talk to his wife, maybe. I don't know.
right.
He knows, like 40-year-old women. He hangs out with one like all the fucking time. Like, I don't know, write something. Um, but no, I don't think that she's she says those things. But I think really what's happening is she knows that she can't play 25 anymore and doesn't want to. And this is as good a time as any to get married,
Hmm.
um, because I'm ready to take that step back. And because I the only guy I ever work with refuses to write stuff I can play anymore or that is interesting to me. So yeah, I think she has both of those things the whole time. And so
Okay.
does Lloyd. Lloyd is a writer. I mean, he's a playwright. He's an artist. He has a healthy relationship the whole time. Just whacked my microphone. Um,
Yeah, but that's never debated or questioned for men. They're like, there's the
sure.
stressful phrase of women can have it all, and it's like, can
Right.
we?
Yeah.
Um, it's all silly. I wish I could speak better about it, but it's all silly.
Yeah, I get that. Um, okay, so let's go back to when you saw it when you were Eve's age. You saw it as a condemnation of Eve and her, like, what she does in the movie as a young woman.
Yes.
Okay, as a more mature person, not quite Margot's age, um, you look at this movie and you see Eve more sympathetically.
Yeah.
Okay, um, that's interesting. What else changed?
Um, hmm. I don't know if this is right, but as I was watching it this time around, it really felt like it's not, how do I want to say this? It felt like things were being, if the men had just believed the women and not gaslit them into thinking that no one's coming for your role or no one is trying, like if they had just listened and been empathetic at all, or been, you know, look, I know it's tough being an actress and everything, like let's figure out some other, but I felt like the men were just yelling at the women to stop being crazy and being hysterical and like,
Hmm.
no, you're nuts for thinking this way. They weren't listening. And then of course the women end up sort of being duplicitous with each other, and I don't like that. And it
Yeah,
wasn't all the time. Like I will say it was at least an I didn't feel like this was as much a condemnation of women on women crime, uh as say how the writers of 90210 talk about women.
sure.
But anyway, that's my long answer to that's something I noticed more this time around.
Okay.
And again, it's all coming from the system, you know? And
Yeah, yeah,
then there
yeah.
was that scene too where uh the director and the writer and Margot are all yelling and fighting. And I'm like, oh, now this is interesting because this is this is infighting within the system of like who's more important, the director, the writer, or the actor.
That right. The piano or
Yeah.
the yeah. Time that the piano realized it has not written the music. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, that was super catty. Like everybody in that scene was super catty, and I kind of liked it. Um, but you also said that you liked it more this time.
Well, I'm a bitter bitch now, so I
I mean,
think
that's
this
fine.
I think too because I've been venting to some people lately about like, you know, what I want to write, I feel is a more truthful take on theater. And I'm tired of all these movies about making movies or making theater that have some beautiful, I don't know, that just don't feel like the truest telling. Like, yes, we want to give people hope, but I feel like so many movies are giving the wrong idea. Or, you know, you have things like Smash, which are just everyone is sleeping with each other to get to the top. And I don't think that's also correct.
Hmm.
And then you have this, and this felt truthful. Like, this didn't
Yeah.
feel like, this just felt like this is the biz. That's
Hmm.
showbiz, kid.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Here you go. And
Yep.
I liked that. I liked that.
Okay.
Even though it's haunting and awful, but like there are two monologues, very different monologues from this that I really want to learn and plan on
Yeah.
putting in my book now because like they both speak to me. But like Eve's monologue about because they're on the stairwell and talking about like, oh, to be in this business, I mean, you really gotta want it. But and for
Uh,
so little, and she's like, so
oh
little,
yeah, the applause thing.
there's applause. And I'm like,
Yeah, yeah,
oh yeah. I mean,
yeah.
the waves of love thing, I'm like, oh God. Yep.
Hmm.
So yeah, I loved that. But then as I told you too, like I said, I still look more like Eve, but I feel like Margot.
Uh huh. Well, you're closer to Margot's age. No offense.
But no, that's none taken. I played 18 this week, so
There you go. I didn't
but
because
what
I'm a bad golfer. Golf joke.
but what's upsetting
I
to me
played
with
18. Get it?
oh my God.
I played 18. Eh,
Good job. You have a heart
I
out.
know.
Let me think. Let me get this thought. What I guess what hurts me the most about that is like because I'm still where I'm closer to Margot's age, but I'm where Eve is at the start of
Sure.
all this.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm standing outside or somewhere, hoping desperately someone will talk to me or
Hmm.
help me get a fucking footing in this fucking business.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
And I guess okay. So here's I I I feel like this is gonna sound mean, but it's not like meant to be.
Okay.
Um, like I here's what I liked about this movie, and I think it's the same thing that's resonating with you.
Hmm.
Um, uh, because of your general worldview at the moment. This movie is cynical and nasty,
Yeah.
and that's what you liked.
It's as
You
cynical as me.
Yeah, this is like vibrating on your cynical frequency. And so it doesn't surprise me that you like it. It surprised me a little bit that you're like, Eve's fine. Like, just, go ahead. Go
I
ahead. You get yours,
texted
kid.
you. I texted you. Oh, I already shared this, but like I'm working background. I need to be doing better. I need to be following Eve.
Yeah, you're like, I need to scheme more. Um,
I do.
well, clearly. Hey, let's get some podcast schemes going. We need those. Uh, but like I watched, so you said that like I felt differently about the movie than you do, And it's because I think I texted you at some point that I was like meh about it.
Yeah.
Um, and I watched this movie twice this week, kind of. It's longer than 2 hours, so I wasn't able to finish it in my sitting in the car while volleyball practice was happening window.
Oh no.
So I had to I only got to watch like the first hour and a half, and so then I had to finish it the next day. And so like I had to break it up, so that was weird. And then today, like I sort of listened to it on my phone and like looked at it, a little bit, just getting like trying to refresh myself about it. So I kind of saw this movie twice this week, but I never sat down and watched it straight through. So at the point where I texted you that it was kind of meh was where I stopped it that first night.
Okay.
Because like I got it. Like I knew what I was watching, and I'd seen it before, but it had been a long time, and I didn't really remember a lot of it. But it felt like we still have 45 minutes to go in this thing. God damn! Like it doesn't. I see where this is all sort of headed. It takes a couple little twists at the end with DeWitt getting all up in her face and shit. But it like I was just like, well, this feels long.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I didn't really like the performance, especially Betty Davis, and like wasn't like, oh, it's going to be a bumpy night and all of those sorts of the stuff about it works and it's really good, but I was like, this is long. And then she they finally get to the bookend of her accepting the award, and you get to see all of these. The way this movie starts is DeWitt's voiceover of this awards dinner where there's like just talking old fart, and even the narrator's like, it doesn't matter what he's saying, you guys, you can just ignore this part.
Yeah.
That was pretty great. And then he tells who each person in the story is, and they're all being presented as like they're there for her award, but you can see that each of them has a whole different vibe going on. And then you get the movie and explains why they're all viewing her in this circumstance the way that they are. And you get to see like the false picture and then the reality by what happened in between, which I thought was great. But then after that, when she goes home and finds Phoebe already in her room, and Phoebe is just Eve, but she's Eve's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I went, oh, I like what this movie did. Because it's like she was unscrupulous and backstabby and like smarmy and kind of a user, but also like a hard worker and someone with a she got a plan, she got a little scheme going. And on the night that has succeeded, and it's only been like 9 months, which is also crazy, like this whole thing happens in 9 months. It's bonkers. But in that amount of time she gets this award, and she's already being pushed out the door. Like she's already being replaced by the younger model. And that's why I was like, oh, I like how nasty this movie is. And that's what you liked too.
I mean, because it's truthful.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even just, I mean, of course, it happens, I feel like, to women more than men in this business, but it's really anyone in this field. Like, you can be, hey, if you're getting the work, you better take all the work you can get while you can get it, because someone else is going to come along and be the next trendy thing,
Yeah.
Timothée Chalamet won't be Timothée Chalamet forever.
Right. Yeah.
He might have some longevity, but someone else is going to come along. Like, it's just how things go. And that's showbiz, kid.
Yeah. Show industry.
Wow.
Yeah. I let you call it business like 17 times without correcting you about it also being the industry. So I figured I would just do it at least once.
No, it's fine. I
You know,
appreciate it.
it's a running gag.
We would be here
Um,
all night with how much
yeah,
we're. I'm gonna
I
say
know
that.
we'd never stop. Yeah. Um, but the all right, let's finish up talking about the cynicism and nastiness of this movie, and then go on to talk about other things like the way that it views the theater, which is interesting. Um, so when we meet Margot, she's backstage after a performance. She's got her little wig hair thingy
Yes,
on, whatever it's called,
wake
um,
cap.
wig cap. That's a better way to say it than the way I said it. And
I
she's
wanted
hanging
to
out
give
back.
you.
Yeah, you knew what I meant.
Yeah,
Um, and because I did this thing with my
you did.
yeah. Um, but she's hanging out backstage with her boyfriend, the director, the writer, Lloyd, and Birdie, her like assistant, her maid.
I love Birdie.
I know Birdie, like the bullshit detector of the century. Um, and Karen sees Eve outside and it talks to her, and she's like, I see you here all the time. Why are you here every night? What do you do during the play? And Eve's like, I come in and watch the play because I fucking love it. And I love this Margot chick. It's, like meeting you, who's just a barnacle on her ass, is like my greatest dream. And Karen is like, I like the cut of your jib. Come on in, kid. And like, this is a great way to get your celebrity friends murdered, FYI. So I don't know that I recommend it. But Eve
I
comes
feel
in.
like any actor watching this now is horrified for like, someone's in my house. Oh my god, call 911. Or like, you let this stranger into my dressing room? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, thanks, Karen. Nice job. And Karen's like,
But
now
she's
you
a
should
villain.
meet her. Yeah. Oh, there you go. But Margot is like cynical from Jump Street, right? Like, she's like, oh, did you get you? You know what I can't stand is those fucking autograph hounds out there. They suck. Like, and Karen's like, but they're your fans. And she's like, they ain't fans. If they were fans, they'd watch the play. And Karen's like, I got a real one. And she goes and brings Eve in. But Margot is like, fans, autograph seekers, suck ass. Um, she's just, like, she's just done with all of them. DeWitt is like our narrator to start the movie, and he's all like cynical and nasty. And although he thinks his job is very important, which is a wonderful piece of narration, like, to give your narrator the point of view that he is indispensable is really just like meta commentary to the next degree, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Lloyd has this, like, later on in the movie, Lloyd has this reaction to Eve's view of Hollywood that is like, Lloyd is the pure heart here.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't, that cynicism isn't it. Now, he can't write a 40-year-old, so whatever, good job, Lloyd. But like, she's like, I don't want to go to Hollywood. That's nah. I want to be in the theater. And he's like, what is the theater? Don't be so elitist. Like, Abbott, he doesn't say Abbott and Costello, but he's like, that's just theater. Punch and Judy, that's theater.
Vaudeville was theater.
Vaudeville, it's all theater. Movies are theater. Theater is theater. Performance is performance. Don't be such an asshole. But Eve is cynical at the ripe old age of 22 about Hollywood and all of, just, it's so gross. The fact that Phoebe is Eve's Eve is like the most cynical thing this movie does, and it's the thing I like the most. It's just wonderful. But Lloyd does have cynicism in him because he's cynical at Margot's view of herself in that big fight. It's like when the piano doesn't write the music. Like,
hold on.
And
you mean Lloyd the writer, not Lloyd the director, right? Or Lloyd the director's name is not Lloyd, but
not right. Yeah, Lloyd is the writer, and Ben, is that his name?
I think it's Bill. It's Bill.
Bill.
Yes.
It's Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bill, her boyfriend, is the director.
Okay.
Yeah. But Lloyd is like, and then she says something about how like all writers should be dead 300 years, and he's like, it wouldn't solve our problem because actresses never die. Like, so like,
Right.
but most of that isn't is it's nasty, but
Yeah.
it's mostly just he's sick of her shit. Like,
I
I kind of
really
feel
feel
Lloyd.
like they've all been working together too long. This is why
Yeah,
you shouldn't work with, like, I understand. I like the idea of having, my own Wes Anderson ensemble that I just go
sure.
to.
Mm-hmm.
But there can clearly be problems, and it's good to go explore other ensembles to work with and other people to work with. This group has been working together too long, and the fact that they're all also friends and like lovers and everything, like, okay, then it's gonna get messy.
Hey, is this just merrily we roll along?
No.
Like, it's
No,
not,
because we don't know
because it's
how
the
any of them
relationship of the
started.
three people, and they've been
Yeah,
working
but
together too long. I don't know that story all that well. I just like there was like there's a parallel there a little bit.
a little bit. The main reason I disagree is because in Merrily We Roll Along, we know they have been friends before they made it.
Oh,
We don't know. We don't well, one, we don't know how Margot Channing came up. We don't know if she did the duplicitous shit that Eve did.
no, well, no, she remember she did the role naked, and she was like a star the next day or whatever.
Oh, I can.
They told that backstory where she had a part, and she came out on stage and did the part naked and was like an immediate smash sensation. I
And
can't
she
remember what the
wasn't
part was.
arrested?
I don't know. I guess not. She's not Jim
Okay.
Morrison. How many of you
I
people are really alive? Go
I
listen to our Doors
completely
episode, Cheese Meisters. Go ahead.
Oh God. No, I completely forgot about that part. But I also don't know we don't know if her, Bill, and Lloyd were all friends coming up together at the same time.
Gotcha. Okay.
Maybe, maybe not, but like Merrily is
But we
about
do see
going
them
back
get
to
sick
that.
of each other.
Yes. Maybe this is Merrily if we saw them go backwards.
There you go. All right.
Because that's the
Sorry.
only way you
Sidetrack.
have a hopeful ending in this business.
Nah. And by the business, you mean the industry. Got it.
Exactly. Dust.
Yeah. Um, Obviously Margot is a cynic. Like she's a realist too, but she's a cynic. Her view of Hollywood and turning 40, and how even saying that she's 40 is like makes her feel naked, like
Yeah.
it's super exposed. So I mean, her worldview is accurate and bleak. But her view of Eve is super cynical. Not at the beginning where she's sucked in by her, but like
Mm-mm.
the minute she feels like, oh shit, she's coming for me. Like when she sets up that phone call in the middle of the night, that's like light switch. And then she just spends that whole party getting so sick of everyone saying nice things about Eve.
Yeah.
Like all of her qualities and the fire and the music and she's nasty going on in that party.
I get it.
I think we're supposed to.
I'm not okay, good. I'm like, we know I'm unbalanced. We know I'm not perfect. And like it's not even from I'm jealous of any woman talking to my man. No, it's losing the attention of your peers. It's no
Uh,
longer feeling special in the rooms you have always felt special in. I
sure.
get it. Hell,
Yeah.
I get jealous when friends talk about other friends. I'm like, what?
I wasn't
If you
invited.
if you started talking to other cousins more and mention it, I'd be jealous.
Uh-oh. Then I'm not going to tell you who I'm connected with on Duolingo.
What the fuck? I'm gonna
I
ask
know.
you later.
They're cousins. Um, Actually, I don't think any of them are cousins we share. Hey Trish, shouts
Oh.
to Trish and Bill. I don't know, different, not that cousin Bill, different cousin Bill.
I know.
Yeah, no, I was telling the Cheese Meisters just in
Oh.
case they thought I was hanging out with Bill Hader and Ali Wong, but I would call it Ali Wong Trish.
If we were at that point, I would be over here like, have you seen that clip of Julia Louis-Dreyfus at the Emmys or Golden Globes, and she's just vaping away? She's sitting over in
Yeah.
the movie section now, and they're like, "Hi, Julia."
Right.
Just whatever. I don't need to be
Yeah.
with you TV people anymore.
That's right. We're podcast people. We're above it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think we're all supposed to be cheering on Margot that night when she's getting madder and madder at Eve. And also, I think we all wish that we were as quick with the barb as she is.
For real though. I
You
was
know?
rewatching it like, damn, I wish I was that eloquent ever.
Yeah, I know. Like I pride myself in being quick-witted. But she's not. I mean, the character is quick-witted. The writer wrote that shit down.
Yes.
So he really thought about it, and those were some great lines. And just, I mean, like there's just like the nastiness in fire and music or whatever she says, and all of her qualities. Like every time she says qualities, it's like ooh, she just stabbed somebody in the eye. Like
Yeah.
it's nasty. And it's great. And that's why the iconic moment from this movie is that line from, that part of the movie, that it's going to be a bumpy night. It's
Yep.
you're like, oh, I see what we're watching here. Yeah, I just really I dug that quite a bit. But it's the nastiness of this, and then when she's like, I did it. I tricked Lloyd. He's gonna leave Karen, and he's gonna write only for me, and I'm gonna get married to him. And don't you want to say, "Good job, Eve"? And he's like, "Oh, Eve, you thought you were nasty, scheming, and cynical. Let me tell you what I just did."
Yeah.
And DeWitt, well, when he smacks her, like he actually smacks her, which is not okay. But
No.
the rest of it, I was like, yeesh, this guy.
There were some physical interactions in this that were very odd and of the era. I'm like, okay, you just put that in because it's Hollywood, and you think if I'm like, the only way to get a woman to calm down or do what you want is to shake her, take her by the arms and just
Right.
shake her or slap her.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Go ahead.
that slap was weird because he hit her and then she moved her head.
Yeah. Like, I think that I not in defense of smacking women, Jesus.
Oh my god.
No, I know,
So
but that's like, no, like that, in Gil's defense, that kind of thing. Like, I don't know that Eve ever understands that she's lost control without some over-the-top gesture. Like, she still thinks she's playing him. And there's no amount of him coming back at her verbally that's going to really land that she's not in control anymore. And
I can come up with other ways than a slap, but
sure, no, but I'm just saying it has to be something big,
yeah,
for her to be like, oh, and to go from the killer, to like the one who is afraid. Like, she needed to have that switch flipped, and they used the slap to do it, and it's and I'm sure that there are plenty of other ways to do it, but it had to be something big, or she was never going to go there. And then you wouldn't believe it, like you wouldn't believe that she was defeated. I don't know. So yeah, in defense of slapping people, Jesus.
Just very interesting look at how you can do all these things to achieve what you want, but it's going to come at a price.
Yeah.
Like, you can take people down, but other people are going to snatch you up or take you down with them.
Yeah. Yeah. She was I mean it's the you know, it's the dead pigeon in on the waterfront. You know, it's like
Oh,
there's someone looking to attack at all times.
mm-hmm.
Whether it be the mob boss that's running the docks, or whether it's not like your best friend the playwright who can't write for 40-year-olds.
He probably can't write for women either. Let's be honest. Lloyd
I know.
probably
I
can't write, but he's got money and he's smart.
You know what's really nice about this movie is that you never see the performances that everyone says are so great on stage.
And thank God, because
Right?
it's set in antebellum South, so I don't want to know that
Oh,
story.
there's that. But there's also like Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip. It was an Aaron Sorkin show after The West Wing about a
Hmm.
Saturday Night Live type show. And the one of the reasons that it didn't work is because when they showed the skits that the writers were writing on the show, they weren't funny. So
Oh,
you're like, wait a minute, this show is about writing and performing a comedy show, and what they're performing isn't funny? Duh, this is weird. It doesn't work. That breaks everything. And in this movie, if you saw Eve's performance and were supposed to believe that it was better than Margot's performance, I don't think the audience is going to believe it. Because you just
no.
watch these two women, the actual actresses, act with each other, and Betty Davis blows her out of the water. You
They're
know?
both, I mean, yes, she does, but I mean, I was intrigued and fascinated by both.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, no, I don't think she's bad. I just don't, I also don't think her character has a whole lot like of depth to it. It's just like a scheme machine.
No, Ann Baxter was working the hell out of that role, though.
Yeah, yeah. But like I don't think we believe it if he shows us uh the aged in wood and what's the other one called? Cora?
Yeah, we'll just say it's
Something.
Cora.
Yeah. By the way, I made this reference to you via text, but the Cheesemeisters need to understand the connective tissue. Her being in aged in wood is the exact same joke as uh uh Clint Eastwood in Codger,
Yeah.
or Paul Newman in Coot. Like it's the same joke as in and Out, just 50 years earlier. Um, so yeah, I thought that was funny. I was like, look at them making just old movie people name jokes. Um, all right. Speaking of slapping people and whatnot, Adventures in Intimacy.
Hell yeah.
I mean, how much is
Um,
there in this?
Not a ton, but
Yeah.
I still wrote down some notes because, you have you have Lloyd and Karen, this established married couple from the get-go. I mean, I thought those two actors did a good job of like, in the very first scene you see them together. They're kind of cuddly and a little touchy, she'll touch his she's taken his hand during Eve's story.
Mm-hmm.
Um Playfully hitting his leg later on, like they had formed a connection of some kind, or just
Mm-hmm.
that good, both. And you know not young love, but maybe like we've been married a year or two and it's great, or we're just happily married
Mm-hmm.
couple. um let's see, there was a kiss between Margot. Oh, when Margot is taking Lloyd to the airport, which, wow, how bonkers to watch people go right out to the plane.
Sure.
Yes, wild times going to the airport in the 50s. So
Yeah.
Margot Margot and Lloyd have this kiss. They have this moment beforehand where they're like, uh, Eve's with them, and Eve kindly says like, "Oh, I'll take care of these things. Why don't you two go on ahead and you can have your moment."
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and like, I wrote it down because I thought it was really beautiful and showed kind of where they are in their relationship. Like they're really in love. He 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 pulls her in by the collar, and they
Uh huh.
have this sweet kiss, but then it's interrupted by Eve, and
Oh yeah.
now I'm remembering it wasn't a kiss yet. They
Yeah, they were close, but she
they
stopped
were
it. Like
very
Eve got
close,
there.
but yeah, they were like within a wisp of air
Hmm.
between them. But later on, they do get this big embrace and a kiss, and then they had this nice little forehead nuzzle, and it was lovely.
Hmm.
So people really good at their job, knowing what they need here in the scene to tell the story and let us know, like, okay, no matter what they fight about, they love each other. Like,
Yeah.
it's not just typical. What's great about their love story? Because even though he's the director and she's the actress, you don't get the sense that she slept with him because he was the director.
No, definitely not. You get the sense that um, these three are co-equal, and
Yeah,
she's maybe at the maybe a little more co-equal than they are.
yeah,
Like I think she's sort of the top of their little pyramid, but just by a
yeah,
little bit.
yeah. Hmm. Oh, um, not that you would necessarily need an IC for this, but this is something that I've had to run before a show. When you're dressing and undressing another actor, you definitely need to run that, at least in a live production, because actors struggle to dress and undress themselves when other people are watching.
Mm. I'm glad you said when other people are watching, because otherwise you just have everybody thinking that actors and actresses can't dress themselves.
I mean, we certainly all long for the day that all we have to do is step off stage
Yeah.
and get dressed. I've had
We
that once.
designed our own costumes. We
What?
make our own hotel reservations and accommodations. You remember the New Kids on the Block skit on Saturday Night Live where they were like when Jason Priestley hosted? That's we
Yeah.
watched it because yeah, and they're like, we can dress ourselves. I know you think we can't, and like so it's actors and the New Kids on the Block. They can dress themselves. You guys.
So yeah, you wouldn't necessarily need an IC for that, but if people wanted someone to look at it, then they could just be like,
Hmm.
but mostly it would be asking the customer, how does this thing operate? And also like, how do I dress them? And are, if you're like me and you're very sensitive about being zipped,
Mm, okay. Like,
I have a,
are you worried it's gonna like catch the flesh?
yes,
Okay, that's fair. That's a reasonable thing to be worried about.
it's a silly thing, but yes, thank you. Thank you
I
for
mean, I don't. I
flagging.
mean, I don't. I think if you were worried that it was going to happen and you would end up in the emergency room, I think that's like an unreasonable expectation. But ow, that fucking hurt. Yeah, no, I can see that's reasonable.
We had some era specific intimacy because everyone was doing the what we would consider now the European kiss on the cheeks.
Oh, sure.
Um, and they would just do one usually, but I thought like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder when that fell out of fashion. I don't necessarily need it from my friends, but I just think it's kind of sweet that like
Yeah.
people used to feel that comfortable with their friends to be like, oh, it's so nice to see you. Two other era specific intimate moments that I noted, and like these aren't necessarily things that an IC is needed for. It's just things that deserve some evaluation. Um, but like there's a moment where Bill pins Margot down to talk sense into her, and it's on a bed. And
I don't
it's
even
it's
remember this.
it's after the big fight on stage, after Eve has had her audition, and she's yelling at Lloyd and yelling at Bill and the producer. Lloyd and the producer have left, and Bill is trying to like calm her down and be like, "Look, you're being ridiculous." And she's venting and just trying to be heard by the person
Yeah.
who is supposed to hear her. And he takes her by the arms and like shakes her a little. And then eventually he ends up pinning her down. And it's not necessarily a sexual moment, although the way Betty Davis is squirming at times, I'm like, I don't know, it looks away. But
Hmm.
it's one of those things where not that those moments aren't specific to an era and didn't happen then or wouldn't happen now, but they didn't look natural to the story. What we've
Okay.
seen of Bill and Margot, I mean, I can let slide the whole like grabbing arms and maybe light shaking, but just the taking her and pinning her down I thought looked weird. Same
Yeah.
with later on the hit, but again, I know we've discussed that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, find things that make more sense, but those would have been like fight things to note.
Hmm.
And the last one, did you notice that Lloyd and Karen were in separate beds?
Yes.
I thought that was
Yep.
really funny. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
wow. Even Hollywood is like, you will not sleep in the same bed.
That's right. Can't do it.
Married people don't do that. You can end up pregnant somehow, but you will not share the same bed.
Nope. It's not allowed. Don't do it. Um,
No.
although that's become more and more in fashion these days, like although to like a larger degree, where like married couples like just they don't even sleep in the same room anymore. They're just
I
like,
think
oh, it's
it's
so much
more
better.
I think that's more normal than people having separate beds in the same room. But again,
I,
I don't mean to disparage anyone.
yeah,
Everyone,
yeah.
you do
No,
you.
people don't live in like the in Lucy and Ricky's house, generally speaking. Like they don't have two twin beds next to each other. That's not the way it works. But there are I know way more people than zero who are like, yeah, no, the only time we're in a bed together is for the devil's business. Um,
Oh,
when it's bedtime, it's bedtime. I'll see you in the morning. Um, and they're
fair
quite
enough.
happy about it. Yeah, they're like,
Yeah,
that was good.
whatever works for you, babe.
Yeah,
Uh, I'm gonna bring this up, and I don't necessarily know where I would go with this because, again, I don't know that you need an IC for this, but more maybe a sensitivity specialist because Eve is stalking.
oh sure.
There's an obsession. That's something
Mhm.
that you need to evaluate within yourself as an actor in your process, like you know, and make sure you're not carrying that out beyond in between takes or
Sure.
just letting that infiltrate your brain and
Right. Yeah.
uh yeah, that's all I have for
Word of
that. With
advice, actors: don't become stalkers. Edict.
edict.
Um. All right. I got nothing for Needle Drop Forest. Like other than that scene where she makes him play the piano song, the sad song, twice in a row or whatever, and gets mad. It's a little bit like Stephen fucking Foster, you know, Frederick fucking Chopin. It's a little bit of that. Like he wants to play Camptown Races, and she's like, "Play the sad shit some more."
I swear I saw myself too many times in this movie. Like when she's just sitting there at the piano, I'm like, whew, me at 27. Um, yesterday.
Yeah,
Um,
whatever.
no, but I remember the song I was thinking of because whenever she's winding down from her tirade and she's like, "I'm going to bed. You want to take me up, undress me, and put me into bed? It's your party, or should I let
Yeah.
you do it? Um,
Oh, I'd do it.
if you like,
Yeah.
I'll do the whole play. One woman show right here.
There you go.
But as she's climbing up the stairs, Stormy Weather starts to play, and I thought, aha, zing.
Oh, there you go. I didn't even notice that. Yep. No, that's accurate.
Yeah,
They nailed that one.
they did.
Okay. What else time? Is this anyone's defining role, Betty Davis?
Betty Davis.
It's 100% her defining role. I think
Yeah.
this is the first time that we've watched a movie where the answer is unequivocally yes.
I feel like it's going to be everyone. I mean, this wasn't my first introduction to Anne Baxter, but this is what I would say I know her for.
And I
Yeah.
don't know her from anything. Like I don't remember her from this. I don't find Eve to be super memorable. Like as a
Oh,
look,
oh,
like
okay.
it's not like you can picture Ilsa from Casablanca. Boom, right there in your
Mm,
head. You got that. You can picture Margot in this movie. I can't picture her face the same way.
I imagine that's intentional
I guess.
because it
I
could be
think
anyone.
Phoebe kind of looks like her. I think Phoebe at the end, like they could just swapped her out basically. Um,
I disagree. I think there's a distinct enough look. Phoebe looked taller, like more. Yeah, she looked taller than Anne, and
okay,
like her hair was different. I don't know. They're small things, but it's enough in the
it's enough
biz,
for you. Yeah,
especially
yeah,
to know the
understood.
difference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, the rest of the actors I don't really know from anything like at all. Like I think I've seen DeWitt in other stuff.
I
Um,
really hope that Marilyn Monroe gets has a
well,
career going.
there's her. I mean, for sure. She's this is one of I guess her early movies.
Yes,
One of the ones that like really put her on the map. And you can see why. Like, you
I
know,
don't want to cause trouble. I just want to drink.
yeah. Like she's funny. Like her delivery and her rhythms are funny. Um and she's also just like you can't not look at her. Like she just
Yeah,
draws all of the focus in the room to her every time. It even she's like, "Can I have? I'll take my drink back." Like when she reaches up to take it from him, like I thought that was so funny. Um, yeah, she's really good in this.
yeah.
So yeah, Marilyn Monroe, not her defining role, but she's really good in this.
Hmm.
Um, all right, what else you got?
This movie at one point kind of reminded me. I read a book a few years ago called Playing to the Gods, and
Uh,
it's about the evolution from Sarah Bernhardt being the biggest actress in the world to Eleanor Duse was coming up at the time, and
mm-hmm.
bringing Sarah Bernhardt was old theater, and then Duse was bringing in Stanislavski,
Oh,
like
sure. Uh huh.
getting into the naturalism and like really wanting to bring up these emotions, everything we talked about last week. Go back and
Yeah,
listen
yeah.
to us talk about the method. And so that just made me I thought about that a lot in this movie. And you know it's a tale as old as time.
Yeah.
New actress is coming along, and everyone
Mm-hmm.
should read about, not necessarily that book because it was one of those that are like $5 for a reason at a bookstore,
Mm, gotcha.
but still good to read about history
Yeah.
of a variety of things.
I think we should talk just a little bit about Joseph Mankiewicz, who wrote and
Hmm.
directed this movie. Uh, I, you're familiar with him. Um, he wrote and directed Guys and Dolls.
What the fuck?
Yep, which I know you're a fan of.
Yeah.
Guys and Dolls. We're
Nope,
just a
that is
bunch of
not how
crazy
it
guys
goes.
and dolls. Um, Luke, be a Jedi tonight. Just be a Jedi tonight.
How
Um,
dare you?
I know he did that. But he also directed and wrote Cleopatra, which was kind of ended his career and drove him insane. Uh, his
Oh,
Yeah, Ben Mankiewicz. He has the podcast. He's on Turner Classic Movies and stuff. The last season of the most recent season of one of his podcasts is about his uncle Joe and the making of Cleopatra, and it's really interesting and fascinating, and it's a total
okay.
mess. Um, but his brother wrote a little movie called Citizen Kane. Don't know if you've heard of it. So the Mankiewicz is strong in Hollywood. And this is, I mean, he won 2 Oscars for this movie. Like, that's pretty fucking crazy. So, shouts to Joey Mankiewicz.
Way to go, man. Sorry you
Yeah,
went nuts
I know.
from Cleopatra.
It sounds like it did a number on this dude. I mean, it got weird in a lot of weird ways. This movie, just scope and the tabloidiness of Taylor and Burton, and
Yeah.
um, yeah, like they built the sets like 3 different times in 3 different countries. Like it, I mean, yeah, it's a lot.
I've never
Worth
seen
listening to.
it. I don't know. I've never heard people tell me to watch it.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a mess from what I hear. So I don't know. Um, The one other thing that I wanted to talk about, and I texted this to you, is the Live Forever dinner.
Oh,
That,
yeah.
that dinner scene was so tonally weird, and the dialogue was like it was written by a different person, and it was super blunt and bizarre. Like they're all sitting there, and uh Bill is like, "Hey, we're gonna get married tomorrow." And they're like, "Oh, that's cool." And then Lloyd, the writer, is like, "This is one of the best moments of all of our lives. We should probably recognize it with a
Oh my God.
toast." And then like, and oh, and tomorrow when we get married, we want you, our best friends, to be there with us, and we will always be friends. We have always been friends, and we shall maintain our friendship long into perpetuity. And it's like you're just setting it up to destroy all of those things, but it's just way too obvious. And it's that thing we talked about in the Simpsons, the McBain, where he's on his boat, and his boat's called Live Forever, and then he gets killed. Like,
Yeah.
it's too much of it. It's like, okay, I get it, like this is the best, it's about to get shitty.
But none of it ends up being destroyed because, as far as we know, they're all still friends in the end. I mean, she never finds out that Karen is the one who, was duplicitous and got Eve on stage instead of
Yeah,
Margot.
yeah, that's true.
That's
I don't know, but so maybe it's a weird misdirect, but it is so over the top.
it feels it kind of feels like when actors are trying to be real people. And like,
Sure.
this is what real people talk about. Real people are able to maintain friendships. It's we're not messed up. We can be real people too. I'm projecting. I have no idea.
Well,
Like,
I mean, that's kind of the whole conversation they have on the stairwell. Remember when they're sitting there, and one of them is talking about how the reason people like actors is because they represent non-reality, that they're
uh-huh.
fantastical, and then whoever else, the other point of view was like, no, it's we have to show like the banality and the normalcy, and they have to see us as people, otherwise they don't believe the art. And like, it's the same conversation.
Yeah. And and I think going along with that, I mean, this pursuing this does demand a lot from you. You
Sure.
have, you know, it's stupid, the demands. You shouldn't have to go to one of a few major cities in order to pursue working in the field, but that gets in the way of a lot of friendships. And
Mm-hmm.
then it's hard to build friendships within the field because uh, people don't want to be used or be a foothold, and like, I get it, but
Yeah.
at the same time we all have to network somehow.
Right.
And it's interesting to look at, because I that must be part of their struggle there. Like, you
Mm.
know what? These are the few people we have found each other. We need to stick together because it was too fucking hard. And we're getting
Right.
older and we're
Mm-hmm.
tired, and it's just going to keep getting harder. And I
Yeah.
mean, I feel that today too,
Yeah.
for
I get
different
that.
reasons, but I
Right.
feel it.
Um. Okay. What is this the EST of for you?
Yeah, I'm going to say it. This is the best movie about theater.
Oh, and you know what I wrote? This is the nastiest theater movie I've seen. And I think
Just
that's. I think
shows where I am.
we might be saying the same thing.
We are. It's the best.
Yeah,
It's the nastiest.
it is. All right. I think once again we have proven my theory that everything comes back to Aaron spelling.
Even all about Eve.
All about Aaron spelling. Um, all right.
Wishes.
So join us here on Wednesday next week, Cheese Meisters, when we watch season 4, episode 30, Vital Signs. And join us here next Friday when I don't know what we're gonna watch yet. Like, I think we've talked
I thought we
ourselves out of what?
I thought
Tell
we
me.
said on a hot tin roof, are we not?
Well, we've mentioned it a few times, but I thought we also talked ourselves out of it. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do something else. I don't know. But it's gonna be a bumpy night, whatever we do. So that'd be pretty good. So yeah, do all the things you're supposed to do as wonderful podcast people. Follow us and share and tell and rate and review and just verbs out there, these meisters. Do the verbs. But until Wednesday, cheese meisters. Cheers.
Cheers.